Over 30,000 unique users, hundreds of thankful reviews, monthly content updates, all of this is RustTweaker. Today we're releasing the biggest update in the entire history of the project, version 2.0.0, and we've decided to run an open access week for you. From today until the 1st of June, every single one of you can get full access to the app with all features unlocked. Even those who never had an account before can now use the program completely free, with no limitations. And if you end up liking the functionality, you'll be able to grab a 6-month subscription at a discounted price. All the details are in the description. And I'm here to walk you through everything the program can do now, and why it's an absolute must-have for every Rust player. Enjoy the video. On the first launch, the app scans your PC for all Rust clients and asks you to choose which one you want to tweak. In my case, I've got the staging branch and the main client. I pick the regular one and immediately land on the Tweaks tab. Here you'll find a bunch of simple but useful toggles, things that normally can only be configured through console commands or launch parameters. Each toggle comes with a text description and a video demonstration. The whole process is fully automated. You just pick the settings you like and apply them. If the tweak requires restarting Rust or relaunching it through Steam, the tweaker will handle that automatically as well, and then offer to launch the game again with a single click. You can explore all the tweaks in detail by downloading the program. I'll just show a couple so you get the idea. The Disable All Junk Settings tweak includes 22 different options, both from the main menu and the console. It removes things like motion blur, unnecessary visual effects, screen slime, and so on. Reduce Camera Shake disables all the extra camera movement when running, switching items, taking damage, or shooting. Completely Disable Debris removes all destruction effects in the game, but keeps the sound, so you don't accidentally run past a decaying base. Right now, there are 25 tweaks like this in total. All of them are kept up to date in real time. Whenever a major update drops, we recheck every single tweak and apply the necessary fixes. That's why a couple of days after each major update, we recommend opening the tweaker and reapplying your settings. You can do it manually, or by using backups. Before moving on to the other tabs, let's scroll down into the program settings. Here you'll find the game folder selection duplicated. You can also manually specify the directory path and open it in Explorer. Below that are the config settings. The program allows you to store an unlimited number of configs for both settings and keybinds separately. Each config can be named, exported, and imported between different devices, duplicated, and rolled back to previous versions. Backup copies are created every time a config is overwritten. So even if your settings get deleted, overwritten, reset, or you just lose the config you need, you can restore it from this menu in just a couple of clicks. Below that is the integration section. Some features require your Steam ID to work. On top of that, once you link your Steam account, you'll be able to log into both the app and the website directly through it, without using logins and passwords. And below that is the technical info, language selection, changelog, developer contacts, and so on. Let me create a new config for settings and keybinds, and also link my Steam account to the app. Once everything is ready, we can move on to the next tab, Optimization. We land on the dashboard, the main optimization page. This tab not only lets you tweak your system for better performance in Rust, but also gives you a performance score that you can compare with other users. First, the program needs to collect some data about your PC. For that, RustTweaker has a built-in benchmark based on the game itself. We press the red button and select the only available test. After that, no action is required from us. The test runs completely automatically and takes anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes, depending on your PC's performance. During the test, the program shows what's happening on screen and displays real-time data like component load, temperatures, and current frame rate. Once the test is finished, Rust will close automatically, restoring all of the user's settings, and a benchmark report will open up. There's a lot of useful data here that you can share if you want, but for us the most important part is these bars and the system score. Based on the test results, the program separately evaluates the performance of your GPU, CPU, and memory subsystem. And each of these bars represents the status of a specific optimization tweak. We go back to the dashboard and see that the data has been filled in based on the latest test. Now we can switch to optimization mode and try to make as many of these bars green as possible. At the moment, optimization includes 15 different checks and toggles, and most of them can be fixed directly from within the program interface. The main goal of this tab is not to magically make your PC run twice as fast, but to make sure everything is working properly and that you're not losing performance due to simple mistakes. A full or slow drive, overheating hardware, incorrect RAM settings, poor CPU core load distribution, the tweaker can report all of these issues to the user in a clear and understandable way. And once you fix everything, you can run the test again and get updated performance ratings for your system. This graph, by the way, shows how your score compares to other Rust players. The further to the right the dotted line is, the more users your PC has outperformed. The history of all your tests is saved in the cloud. You can open previous reports by going to Test History. And for those who like to measure, well, there's also a leaderboard where you can check out other users' results. And it's not just for fun, it actually helps when choosing hardware. Using filters, you can see how different components perform in the game, how much RAM Rust really needs right now, whether it's worth paying extra for a higher-end CPU, and so on. From this point on, we'll keep collecting data. And once there's enough of it, users will unlock the system configurator. It'll help you pick the right build for a specific budget, based on real performance data from thousands of Rust players. But the most interesting part is still ahead. After completing your first benchmark, you unlock 2 more tests. The stress test is a 1-hour burn-in for your PC. It helps you figure out whether it's time to replace your thermal paste or clean the dust out of your system. But the most interesting of the 3 is the settings test. It's a 5-minute test made up of 5 very different scenes, from simple and calm to extremely demanding. Fast movement across the map, simulated intense fights, loading real player builds on a procedural map, testing different effects and animations. This test is perfect for dialing in your optimal settings and measuring the impact of each individual option with high accuracy. If you want to know how much a specific setting actually affects performance, you can run 2 tests. For example, I want to know if it's worth disabling strobe light animations. I run a test with strobes enabled, then disable them and run the test again. After that, I add both reports into the comparison and clearly see how much FPS increased in the scene with those strobes after turning them off. Not tired yet? This is only the second tab. Keep your chin up, there's still a lot of useful stuff ahead. For example, the graphics tab. Forget about tweaking the game through that cluttered settings menu with its 200 confusing sliders. We've condensed all the graphics settings into 8 simple sliders with a minimal number of values. And if even 8 feels like too much, there's a full simplification with ready-made presets. On top of that, our sliders actually go beyond the in-game settings, because they also use launch parameters and console commands under the hood. Again, every slider value comes with a description and a demonstration, and you can compare FPS using the tests I mentioned earlier. Alright, let's not stand around. Moving on to the 4th tab, binds. Here we've got our keyboard and mouse. Not just plain ones, but with a full bind visualization. Keys that aren't used in the game appear lighter. For example, my up arrow is free, so I can assign something interesting to it. And on my delete key, I've got this complex bind for clearing temporary game files. If I select, say, the control key, I not only see all the combinations that use it, but I can also visually tell which combinations are still available. On Ctrl+1, I switch seats in a vehicle, and Ctrl+9 is free for potential binds. So let's think of something we can assign to it. We've got 2 options here, either create a bind manually, or use one of the ready-made binds from RustTweaker. I'll go with the first option and try to find something interesting in the command list. For example, Object Collider Visualization. I select the command and set it so that pressing this key combo enables colliders. I save it, go into the game, and yeah, they turn on. But we also need a way to turn them off. So I go back into the tweaker, edit the bind, and add a second stage. Same key press, same command. But this time I disable it instead of enabling it. I go back into the game and check. Now every time I press Ctrl+9, collider visualization toggles on and off. Now let's try something else. I want the compass to appear when I aim. I aim with right mouse button, so I select that key. It's already set to hold to aim, which makes sense. I add another command, also on hold, and search for the compass. There are 2 commands here. One starts with buttons, the other with graphics. In this case, it's obvious I need the control one, not the graphics one, so I pick the first command. Apply it, test it in-game. Alright, that's manual binds. Now let's take a look at the built-in library. We open the bind selection menu and land in a modal that follows the same design principles as the rest of the program. Each bind comes with a short explanation and a video demo. Let's pick any bind, for example the super admin one, and go deeper into its customization menu. Here you can not only change the key it's assigned to, but also choose exactly what it does. Do I want it to disable night for me, repair all my tools, enable instant plant growth on the server, and so on. We select the options we need, apply them, and go test it in-game. Most of our binds also include a handy notification, so it's easier to understand what you've just activated. And to make sure your settings don't get lost, we've got configs, configs have backups, and very soon all of this will be stored in the cloud, linked to your RustTweaker account. Moving on, the Tools tab. Everything here is as simple and straightforward as it gets. This is where we've gathered useful and convenient websites, bots, maps, calculators, and other Rust-related stuff. Sooner or later, all of this will be integrated directly into the tweaker, but for now we've just collected existing solutions in one place. And the last tab for now is Statistics. Besides general Rust stats, there's a lot of interesting data here. The value of your Rust inventory bans both on Steam and on servers leaderboards for each stat. the ability to compare your performance with friends, track each other's activity by day, and even monitor changes in shooting accuracy and KD. All numbers are taken only from official servers. For private profiles, we use additional data sources, and of course we're building our own database as well. To be honest, out of all our tabs, this one is the most raw. There's still a lot to refine and improve here, but even now it's already usable, and you can report any bugs through support or the feedback bot. And yeah, our support team is active every day. Working hours are listed in the profile. That's roughly how much we've managed to add to the app in just 6 months of development. And we've got even more planned. Just a ton of useful features for Rust players. And once again, everything I've shown you is already working, and you can try every single feature for free. Just sign up on the website before the 1st of June and download RustTweaker. No trial periods, no need to link your card. Access to the full version will be granted automatically. We're not trying to sell the program to people who don't want it. We want everyone interested to be able to see for themselves how good and convenient it is. The link to our website is in the description. There's also a link to our Telegram channel in the description. We do monthly subscription giveaways there, share upcoming updates, sometimes post job openings, and run tests for future features. If you're interested in the project, feel free to subscribe. It's free and takes just a couple of clicks. Send this video to your teammates, and you can also share an invite promo code from your personal account. That way, both you and your friend can get a bonus to your subscription. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching.